Hi students, I am Dr. Mashur. Welcome to my class. Today I would like to discuss collection of literature. Okay, in my research methodology class, today I would like to discuss collection of literature. So you can see the collection of literature. Okay, in our previous class we discussed about literature review. Okay, literature review. There's a part of it. Research project research proposal writing and research report writing. Okay, is a part of a research proposal and research report. Okay, literature review is a process of reading, analyzing, evaluating and summarizing a scholarly material about a specific topic. Okay, literature review is the process of reading, analyzing, summarizing, evaluating scholarly material about a specific topic. Okay. That means in literature review, the researcher will collect the scholarly articles like journals, different articles, and journal publications, reports, research reports, and the researcher will read it, read and analyze and evaluate and summarize, and this process is called as a literature review. Okay, the literature review is a critical look at the existing research that is significant to your work. Okay, literature review is a critical look at the existing research that is significant to your research. And literature refers to the collection of a scholarly writing on topic. Okay, literature means is the collection of scholarly writing on a topic. Okay, if you are doing research on dialects, then you have to collect articles or scholarly writings. Okay, for your literature review process, and this scholarly writing is known as literature. Okay, and this literature is essential for literature review. And this literature, for this literature, you have to find some sources. Okay, news articles, newsletters, magazines, theses and dissertations, books, journals are the major source of literature. Okay, for literature review process, you have to collect the literatures and news articles, newsletters, magazines, theses and dissertations, books, journals are the major source of literature. Okay, so we can discuss each source separately. First we can see news articles. Okay, first we can see news articles. News articles discuss current news of either general interest or of specific topic. Okay, and news articles that discuss the current or recent news of either that news may be general interest or a specific topic. Okay, for example, in daily newspapers and news website, trade news magazine, political news magazine, technology news website contains these news articles. Okay, a news article that discusses the current or recent news of a general interest or a specific topic. Okay, and these news articles can contain photographs, accounts, statistics, graphs, recollection, interviews, polls, debates on that topic. Okay, these news articles may contain photographs, accounts, statistics, graphs, collection, interviews, polls, debates on that topic. Okay, and news articles in newspaper and news websites are generally intended for general audience. Okay, and news articles in a newspaper, news website are generally intended for general audience. Okay, this news articles are coming in newspapers and news websites that are not specific or that are not specialized. That is only intended for general audience, and the information provided by this newspaper articles and news website articles are provide very limited use for the literature review. Okay, these news articles comes published in newspapers and news websites that provide very limited use for your literature review, and often it is more helpful for information about recent trends, discoveries, or changes, etc. Okay, often it is more helpful for information about recent trends, discoveries, or changes, etc. Okay, the news articles published in newspapers and news websites are general and that's intended to general audience. That's why it's provided very limited use for your literature. Okay, and the news articles in trade news magazines, political news magazine, technology news websites, etc. address the specific audience. Okay, the news articles in trade news magazines, political news magazines, technology news websites, etc. address the specific audience because this will address the specific audience. That's why it having a considerable use in literature. The news articles in trade news magazine, political news magazine, technology news websites that will address the specific audience. Therefore, it having a considerable use in literature. Okay, this is about the news article. And the next source of literature is a newsletter. Okay, next source is the newsletter. A newsletter is a report. Okay, that may be printed or electronic. Okay, a newsletter is a report that is a printed or an electronic. And this newsletter contains news concerning the activities of a business or organization or such institute. Okay, this newsletter is a report that contains news concerning the activities of business or organization or research institute, and that's sent to the members, customers, employees, and other subscribers. Okay, and newsletter is a report that's containing news concerning the activities of a business or an organization or research institute that is sent to the members or customers or employees or other subscribers. And in general, articles in newsletters are brief and it consists of announcement of upcoming events and brief news items of interest to audience. Okay, and in general, these newsletters are brief and it consists of announcement of upcoming events and it's also contain brief news items for interest to audience. And this news articles usually consist of a few paragraphs each. Okay, and these articles usually consist of a few paragraphs each. And this newsletter is published frequently or sometime. Okay, a newsletter published frequently or some newsletters might be published as needed. Okay, a newsletter published frequently or some newsletters might be published as needed. Okay, and article in the newsletter will be highly focused on a specific topic. Okay, a new article in newsletter will be highly focused and specific in topic. Okay, and compared to news articles, newsletters give more information in literature. Okay, compared to news articles, newsletters give more information for literature. Okay, and newsletter is a report containing news concerning the activities of a business or an organization or research institute that is sent to the members, customers, employees, or other subscribers. And in general, articles in newsletters are brief and consist of announcement of upcoming events and brief news items of interest to audience. And this and articles in newsletters usually consists of a few paragraph each. Okay, and a newsletter published frequently or some newsletters might be published as needed. Okay, and newsletter published frequently or some newsletters might be published as needed. And articles in the newsletter will be highly focused and specific in topic. Okay, an article in newsletter that will be highly focused and specific in topic. And compared to newsletters, okay, compared to news articles, newsletters give more information for literature review. Okay, this is about the newsletters. And the next source is the magazine. Okay, next source is the magazine. A magazine is intended for a general audience. Okay, and magazine is intended for a general audience are unlikely to be useful providing for a sort of information you need. Okay, magazines are intended for general audience. Okay, and magazine is intended for general audience that will provide only limited information for your literature. Okay, they are unlikely to be useful in providing the sort of information you need. A specialized magazine may be more useful, but usually magazines are not useful for your research except that's given starting point. Specialized magazine may be more useful for your research, but usually magazines are not useful for your research except is given starting point. Okay, except this research, this magazine will give a starting point for your research by providing news or general information about new discoveries, policies, etc. Okay, and from that you have to go for specialized sources for your literature. Okay, a specialized magazine may be more useful for your research, but generally these magazines are not useful for your research except it will provide except it will act as a starting point by providing news or general information about discoveries, policies, etc. And from that, you have to go for specialized sources. Okay, and the article in magazine are much shorter than the article in journals. Okay, the articles in magazine are much shorter than the article in journal, and magazines typically publish in monthly or more frequently. Okay, this magazine is typically published monthly or more frequently. There are examples of magazines you know the Time magazine, you know the Week magazine, you know the India Today like magazines are in there. Okay, the magazines are intended for the general audience. Specialized magazines sometimes may be more useful, but usually magazines are not useful for your research except that will give a starting point by providing news or general information about discoveries, policies, etc. So from that starting point, you have to find specialized sources for your literature review. And the articles in magazine are much shorter than articles in journals, and magazines typically published in monthly or more frequently. Okay, this is about the magazine. And Time magazine and Week or India Today are some of the examples we can use the magazine. And Next source is the thesis and dissertation. Okay, thesis and dissertation. Thesis and dissertation are produced by the graduate students and research students as part of of their program. Okay, this thesis and dissertations are produced by graduate students and research students as part of their research program or as part of the course. And this can be, okay, this thesis and dissertation can be your useful source of information. However, there are some disadvantages. Okay, this thesis and dissertations are published by, this thesis and dissertation are produced by graduate students, also students as part of their program or course, and this can be used as a source for a good source of information. However, there is some disadvantage in the case of thesis and dissertation. Okay, there can be this thesis and dissertation can be difficult to obtain because they are not published, but that are available in the library of that concerned institute. Okay, this thesis and dissertation is not published, but is only available in the library of specific institute. And the student who carried out research may not be an experienced researcher. Okay, sometimes the second disadvantage is that the student that then research sometimes may be not an experienced researcher, and therefore you might have to treat their findings with more caution than published research. Thesis and dissertations are produced by graduate students, research students as part of their program or course, and this is a dissertation provide is act as a useful source of useful information. However, there is some disadvantages in the case of thesis and dissertations. Okay, because these are not published. Okay, these are not published, and that's why it is difficult to obtain that thesis and dissertation for your research. Okay, this dissertation are not published. Okay, work, and that's why this and dissertation is only available in the library of that concerned institute. That's why obtaining this research thesis or dissertation is difficult. And the second disadvantage is that the student who carried out research may not be an experienced researcher. That's why you have to take caution when you are taking that information from the thesis or dissertation. This is about the source, thesis and dissertations. And another one source is the books. Okay, another source is the book.
Books tend to be less up to date.
As it takes longer for a book to be published than for a journal article. Okay, book tend to be less updated because we know that for writing or publishing a book, it will take years. Okay, it will take 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 years. It will take to prepare a book a good book. It will take years for preparing a book. That's why that book will not be updated because within the time of preparation of book, there will be so many findings be reported because these authors cannot able to include the updated information. Okay, cannot include the updated information. That's why this book will be less updated. Okay, that's why textbooks are unlikely to be useful for including your literature. Okay, they are not possible to use for your literature review as they are intended for teaching. Okay, textbook are not intended for research, that is intended for teaching. Okay, but they do offer a good starting point from which to find more detailed source. Okay, but it will act as a good starting point. From that you can find more detailed sources. Okay. A book tend to be less up to date as it takes long for a book to be published in a research center. And the textbook are like to be used for including your research or literature review because they are intended for teaching. Okay? These books are not that much used for your literature review because textbook are intended for teaching. And they offer a good starting point. Okay? That offer a good starting point from which to find more detailed sources. Okay? That will act as a guide to find more detailed source for more details. It's about books. And the next source is the conference proceedings. Okay, this can be useful in providing latest research or research that has not been published. Okay, this conference proceedings. Okay, this conference proceeding is published by the this conference proceeding is published by the organizers after the completion of the conference, and that conference proceedings will include the articles or papers presented in that seminar or conference. And this conference proceedings can be useful in providing the latest research or research that has not been published. Okay, this conference proceeding will be useful in providing the latest research or research that has not been published. And they are, again, these conference proceedings are also helpful in providing information on which people are currently involved in research, in which research field. Okay. And another source of literature review or literature is a journals. Okay, these are matches of literature on the journals. Journal is a periodically published collection of articles and that are highly specific and focused on a topic and display. Okay, a journal is a periodically published collection of articles. Okay, journal is a periodically published collection of articles that are highly specific and focused on a specific topic and display. And a journal might be published monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Okay, and articles in journals are good, especially for up-to-date information. Okay, these articles in journals that will provide up-to-date information, and they are frequently used in literature because they offer relatively concise, up-to-date format of research. And okay, this journal's article are more frequently used in literature review because it's provide relatively concise and updated information for research. Okay, and while these journals are providing relatively concise and updated information, because most of the journals are rough-read. Okay, most of the journals are rough-read. Rough-read means editors publish only the most relevant and reliable research in that journal. Okay, and the articles in journal are usually written by an expert. Okay, and the articles in journals that are written by the expert.
And journal may publish letter from leadership commending articles that have been published.
Okay, a journal is a periodically published collection of articles that are highly specific and focused on a specific topic, and display. Journal is a periodically published collection of articles that are highly specific and focused on topic and displays. And journal might be published monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. And articles in journal are good, especially for up-to-date information. And there are these articles in journal that are frequently used in literature review because it's offer concise and up-to-date information. Okay, up-to-date information because most of the journals are free. Okay, most of the journals are free. That's why the journals will provide up-to-date and concise information. Okay, and the articles in journal are usually written by expert. Okay, the articles published in journals they will be written by the expert, and this journal may publish the letter from readers commenting the articles. This is about collection of literature. I hope you understand this class. Thank you. Thank you for listening.